everybody.
Hey.
Hi. I can't see how many we have in here. Hold on. How's everybody doing? Hi, sound off. This is my daughter, Brittany.
Hi.
Hi. We are almost ready. We were fit in Char's in here and Alex. Oh, yay. I can't see what you guys can see, but I see that you put in there that you are all here. So I was just going to give it a minute to say hey to y'all before everybody gets started. I really appreciate you guys coming and supporting me. And now you get to meet the lovely Brittany that I talk about all the time. She's not feeling so great tonight, but she is here with us. Hi, Miss Shamya. Did I say it right? Shamya? Oh my gosh, Think for Yourself is here. Yay. Brittany, Think for Yourself has a channel, and she does has a lot of stuff on Chris Watts, and she will take you down rabbit holes. You think we've gone down rabbit holes? She has wonderful rabbit holes, and
Fun.
she has said she has a rabbit hole for Barry Morphew as well, but I haven't seen that. Hi, Miss Ellie. Thank you for becoming a subscriber of our channel. We are so glad to have you. I really appreciate you guys coming. This is so awesome. Our channel is new. Well, we started in August, and we started our channel actually. We're actually started as a mental health channel. What are we, Brittany? We don't even know what we are anymore.
It's just a thing.
Who are we, Brittany? Who are we? So we started out. Voices is here! Yay! Voices, why don't you have a thingy? Hold on. I don't know why you don't have a thing. Where's your little wrench? I don't know where your wrench is. I don't, or just can I not see it because I'm in a couple of gals with some stuff to share. Yeah, we are a couple gals with stuff to share. Okay. So, oh, you have it. Okay. Maybe I can't tell in StreamYard. Okay. So we started our channel as a mental health channel, kind of like to go over like some of the challenges that we had when Brittany was growing up. Do you want to tell your side, Britt? Or do you want me to keep talking?
You can keep talking.
Okay. So it's kind of when mental health awareness is what we were trying to do, and we still are, and kind of educate people about mental illness in children. Brittany may look young, but she is now 26.
Like a baby.
She is my little baby. So when we started the channel, we wanted to come from a parental point of view as well as from the child's point of view, and that's how the channel started. But Brittany and I have a love for true crime, and so we started down probably together more into the Chris Watts stuff. What do you say, Brittany? That's when we really started. Oh, she left, I guess. No, there she is.
I'm here.
Down the Chris Watts rabbit hole together.
Yes, that was
yes, and that is so we decided with our channel that we were going to do missing children with every week, and then our channel took a hold because my mom's husband, Brittany's grandfather, took a turn for illness, and he went on hospice. So we helped take care of him, and then he passed. So now we're getting back in the groove, and I don't know why we never shared our Delphi story.
I don't know either.
But we didn't. It'll be a year in May.
Both sides of it too, so I don't know why we didn't.
I don't know why we didn't either, but here we are. So I started talking on Alex's channel about our experience a little bit on Delphi. And so I decided that why not go and tell really what we, thank you. Think for yourself. I keep wanting to say your real name, but I'm trying not to. So we decided, hey, let's just tell our story. And here we are. So I decided, like, maybe a week ago, I was like, hey, Boo. That's what I call her. How do you feel about talking about our story? Now, you haven't seen this yet, Brittany, but I found our old Facebook um, live that we did when we got there.
I
So
haven't.
I know you haven't, and I teared up. So I hope, and you're more emotional than I am. So I hope you don't.
I'm always emotional.
So, and you guys might not think, you're probably like, oh gosh, but I think it kind of shows. There's actually two. It shows kind of in the process of where we started with Delphi on the way there. And I'm almost kind of embarrassed to even show the first one because we didn't quite get it. We didn't quite get true crime, how true it really is. And I think those of us, because we're so into true crime and we hear it every day, and most of us watch YouTube, maybe not Brittany, but
I do.
most of us are in the YouTube streets every day, and we maybe get numb to some of it. But when I went to Delphi, it changed really, like, whoa, this is like serious. Like, I really felt differently when we saw that Delphi sign.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I'm going to share my screen in just 1 second here. And Brittany, I'm going to do the first one.
Okay.
The first, when we went to first, this is when we were in Carmel, Indiana. We had not yet, we had not gotten to any, this was like maybe an hour and a half into the trip, 2 hours into the trip. So we had like a 4-hour drive to get there. And I'm kind of embarrassed, so don't judge me, y'all, when I share this, because we were excited to go and spend mother and daughter time on this trip to go there. And it's almost embarrassing to show. Oh my gosh, the high priestess is here. This is my dear friend. Oh my gosh. So I'm almost embarrassed to show y'all this because Brittany and I didn't quite get it at this point how serious of what true crime really was. And I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to share my screen with y'all. And then when I hit share, because in the past when I've hit share, it did not show. So Brittany, will you tell me that you can see it before I go on? Okay, so give me 1 second.
Yes.
Share screen 2. Can you see Facebook right now of us in the car?
No.
That's what I was afraid of. And you still can't?
Nope.
All right, let me do it again. Share. Kiki's here! Yay! I'm so glad. Okay, hold on. Brittany's in the stream, but audio. Okay. Share my screen again. Share screen 2. Share. And Brittany, can you see now?
No.
Well, this is not good. Why is it not sharing? It says you're having issues? Yeah, I'm having issues. Why isn't it showing? Oh, I don't have time for all that. Okay. This case room gets me crazy. Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to share this. I want you guys to be able to see this. Brittany, do you have anything on your screen right now? If I sent this to you, see, you're not going to be able to do everything though. That's the only thing.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I can share video files.
I think it's where you change your border. I'm using 2 monitors and I'm sharing monitor 2, which is you have to pick the screen you want to share. Yep, and I have the screen that I want to share, but you guys can't see it. It's 2 Megan, it's 2 I'm using 2 screens, but neither one I'm using my second screen, but you guys can't see it. Oh wait. Add to stream. Now
There
maybe.
we go.
Okay. Now can you see Facebook?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Are you ready? Now don't judge me this part because
Money.
you didn't get it at this point. This was on the way there. We're excited to go to Delphi, but we didn't get it yet. Okay, here we go. Can you hear it?
Not very well.
Okay.
Whoa.
I know. Audio. Speaker. Turn it up.
There we go.
Nope.
The way we celebrate Mother's Day.
Is that louder?
Our favorite thing.
Much better.
Murder mysteries. So we are going to Delphi, Indiana, where Abby and Libby were murdered, and we are going there for a memorial walk. We will be going Facebook Live on here, but we will also be on Natasha Cooper's True Crime channel. On YouTube. And we will be reporting from there. So you all have a blessed day, and we will see you soon. Love y'all. Love you. Mwah. Hi, Chase.
Okay. So that was. Did you guys were you able to see that? Could you see that, Boo?
Yes.
Okay. So that's how it started. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Think for yourself. We're really not adorable. Brittany's adorable, but I'm not.
No, I'm not.
Okay. So right then I looked back at that and I'm like, oh my gosh, we had no idea yet what we were like these people were murdered and we were thinking of it like a trip. And it, you know what I mean? At that point, but we didn't quite get it yet. And then we're driving and we see this. I'm going to show you this photo. And that's why I asked you today, Britt, to send me your photos because I couldn't find this photo in the photo album that you had sent me. I mean, that I had on my phone. So I knew you had to have it because I remember this. Oh, shoot. Well, I'll just share my screen from here and you guys, it's kind of probably going to be small, but share screen. Do you remember this?
Yes.
We saw this. Okay, so we see this sign and then Brittany starts crying and I started crying. I don't know what it was but it was very emotional just seeing the sign that said Delphi because we knew we were getting, the town is less than 3,000, but it was overwhelming emotionally when we saw that. And I guess we should have backed up before. On the way there, I'm going to pick Brittany up because she was living with her boyfriend at the time. And I said, Brittany, The window to my SUV won't stay up. And so I said, girl, what are we going to do? I was like, you're going to have to get some duct tape. So we are looking trashy with this duct tape. And so she gets duct tape. Well, we're already scared because we're going to Delphi. So she's like, we got to bring knives in case something happens to us because we're actually going on a walk. It's a memorial walk. So there's going to be other people there, but we don't know them.
Mm-mm.
So here we are thinking, I'm like, oh my gosh, if we got pulled over, they see duct tape and knives in the car. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But anyway, that was kind of the humor in the whole thing was like one thing, I don't know. It just, if you knew our sense of humor and how things go for Brittany and I, it's always something. And then to have the window break right before I'm leaving, and then to have to have duct tape on the window, and then we had to keep pushing it back up and redoing the duct. Oh my gosh, it was so trash.
She had to crawl on the back seat and duct tape it on the inside while I was pushing up on it from the outside.
It was hilarious, but looking back now, that kind of is like kind of the icing on the trip. That was our last trip in that car, and I got a new car, but yeah. So that kind of started the whole thing. So that's how we get there, never knowing what we were in for. So we're late. We are late, and they had already started the walk, and this is how we knew because we're walking. You got a picture of it. That's what I was going to look for.
We were actually driving under the bridge as we were seeing them go over the first.
Yeah, so we're like, oh, this is just great. So here's the people. Let me see if I can get it from. I don't think I can get it from without pulling up. Open. Yeah, I can. I'm going to share this with you. So we are already going to see these people that we don't know, but at least we're going to be in a group and we're going to go on the trails. So we're thinking, it's already like pretty emotional. We don't know where we're going. We don't know anybody. And we are late and we see this when we're approaching. Okay. Can you see it?
I can see it, yes.
Okay, so there's all these people. This is our group we're supposed to be with for the memorial walk. So they've left. They've already gone. So now we're like, oh my gosh, we're going to be on our own. Like we're going to be on that trail by ourselves. And we just drove 4.5 hours. Like we're still going to go. So yeah, so that starts it. Well, then to get back there, it's all back roads. So we
made a wrong turn at one point.
We made a wrong turn. So we get into what we consider to be a parking lot, maybe. There's some cars there. And we meet somebody. Do you remember this?
Oh, I remember.
Well, I'll just let the video show for itself. Y'all know Ron Logan is? I know most of you know the case, that it was his property that the girls were found on. We met him, but we didn't know that was him because we were pretty new to the case. I didn't know him by face anyway. I knew that the guy's property was Ron Logan's, but I did not know him by seeing his face. So here's our second Facebook Live. I'm getting ready to get to the good stuff, but I wanted you to see kind of like where we're at before we even got to the trails. And then I'm going to take you guys through the actual path of the bridge guy and everything. But this will be our last Facebook here. Hold on. Okay. I hope I put it in there. Doug Carter. Yep, I did. So this is when we get to the parking lot, and oh, now it's not going to show. Awesome. Now do it. He's going to make me pull up all my Facebook stuff. I apologize, y'all. Copy and paste. Here it is. So here we are in the parking lot, and we just met Ron Logan.
Hey guys, hey. So we made it here. We are now officially in Delphi. We are like in this makeshift parking lot. We're late as what we usually are. We just were live on Natasha's channel, and I will share that link on Facebook because a lot of you have been texting and asking for that. Something weird happened, but I find it interesting. Brittany did not. First of all, as soon as we got to, we're late because we're always late. But when we got to the Delphi, where the Delphi sign was on the highway, it was chilling because we've been very invested. And Brittany teared up. It was, and Brittany, what did you say? How you feel about that?
It feels like they're my best friends growing up, and that, these are my friends, and they're gone, and it's really sad because it feels like we grew up together, and I never even knew them. And as I'm a little girl again.
And from a parental view, this looks like where I go in Waynesville with my family, where just coming here looks like Cedars Creek. For those of you that are in the Dayton, Ohio area that go to Cedars Creek, this is so strange to me. Like, I could see myself dropping my daughter off here and saying, go have fun with your friends and I'll pick you up in a couple hours. And that's what this family did. And their children never came home. I just can't even imagine. Anyway, this is the part that got weird. So we're late. I got pictures of everybody as we're coming in on the bridge, not the bridge. Anyway, so we'll catch up with the group. However, I was kind of glad we were late because a gentleman on an ATV stops or comes by, and I asked the gentleman, "Excuse me, sir, is this where we park for the memorial walk?" And he said, "Well, I guess that's what's going on here. I was wondering why all these cars were here." He goes, "Are you planning on going to the crime scene?" And I said, "Sir, I don't think we can go to the crime scene. I was told on Facebook that there's no way to get to the crime scene." And he said, "Well, that's good because the crime scene is my property." And was not expecting that. Of course, Brittany's kind of freaking out because we all know she's got issues. We'll say anxiety. And at one time, he was a suspect in the Delphi murders because it was on his property. However, I was not scared. I would have been happy if he would have said, "Hey, jump on the ATV and I'll take you down there." But Brittany was a little bit nervous meeting the guy. However, it was interesting. It is surreal. And it's scary because we never know which day we have left for our loved ones.
Which day?
So, kiss to everybody that you love and tell them that you love them. And when we get to either the bridge or the memorial, I will be going live on Natasha's.
Okay. I'm getting emotional just thinking about it.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, girl. You ready to do this?
I'm ready. I'm shaking
right.
my head, but I'm saying yes.
Yep. Let's do this. Okay. Oh, we got more people. Let me just say hi to Nikki O'Shea and Texas Girl. Oh, these are the lovely people from I'm having oh my gosh. Girls. And Kiki, why am I from Discord? I do that all the time. I can't think of what I'm trying to say. I'm so glad you guys came. You said you would come and you came. Yay! Okay. So let's get started. All right, I'm going to go to Google Maps and kind of give you all an idea of what it looks like there. Because a lot of people couldn't figure out, Perplex QT, but I was trying to get Discord out. Okay. Hold on, Boo. Exit full screen. Google Pro. All right. So I'm going to be sharing my screen so you guys can get a feel of where everything is in a proximity. It looks like from Google Earth, it does kind of look like it's a big area, but the trail is really only like 1.25 miles long from where we started to where the end of the bridge. So I'm going to kind of show you what that's about and on Google Earth. When we were there, it was different because it was lush. When the girls were there, it was there were not a lot of the trees had not grown yet, so you couldn't see a lot. But as far out on the bridge, I guess you could have seen more at that time when the girls were there. However, we couldn't see very much that far out from where we were when we hit the bridge. So I'll show you what I mean. Google Pro, StreamYard. So I had to learn how to use Google Pro this week. Okay. Can you see yet? I might have not hit it. No. I didn't. Okay.
There we go.
Google Pro. Always does that. Don't get dizzy. So here is where we were at the bridge, where they were walking. And I know it looks really big, but it's not. And here's where the actual trail starts. I'm going to show you what it looks like in the summer, or like what it looked like when we were there. It was like this. So see the difference in all the greenery? It's a big difference than what they had. Now there's a CPS building, and this is going to be important later, right over here. And this is where they think Bridge Guy parked. But nobody knew that, I think, until this happened in 2017, until the 2019 conference. And Britt, if you could keep with chat in case I say something wrong. I know Chris is in chat and she knows the case pretty well. Okay, so here they are. The girls were not dropped off here where the main parking area is. So that's where we were. We were in the main parking area, and I'll show you where the girls were. I know this looks like it's a long walk. It's really not. Girls were dropped off right here. And here's the Mears property, which that's kind of important because it's like almost across the street from where the girls were dropped off. And I'm going to try to get close up. Okay. There are two trails. There's the 501 trail and there's the 505 trail. The trail to the bridge is the 501. And the girls this was going to be Abby's first time to cross the bridge. Libby had gone to the bridge many times, but had crossed the bridge many times, and she really enjoyed it. But this was going to be Abby's first time ever crossing the bridge. And here's the 505 trail. So what it means by 501 and 505 is it's 501 steps to get to the bridge, and it's 501 steps to get to the water. There are two different trails. So Brittany and I, again, we were late. So our group was not, had already passed us. So we did not know. And we went down the 501 or the 505, excuse me, and went all the way down the wrong way till we got to the end of the creek. When we were there, do you remember the two women we met?
Yes, we met an older woman and a younger woman.
Yeah, and a younger woman. And I really think they were there. I think the younger one was from law enforcement. Do you remember her?
Yes, I remember.
Yes, because she had said she watched us the entire time. Like, so we were down the wrong way on the 505, and she says she's really invested. She's in all of the Delphi groups, like the Facebook groups, but she did not know that it was the walk that day, she said. And it was her first time, she said, ever to go down to the trails. And she lived like an hour away. And her mom was with her, who was like maybe in her 70s. And the lady was probably my age. And she said she was retired law enforcement. And then and she was on that other trail. Well, that other trail, you can see, it's not that far away. Like you could go through the bushes. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but you can go through, not the bushes, the trees to get to the other side. But we didn't realize that we were supposed to be on the other end. So we meet her and we start talking. And then I kind of felt safer with them because we were in a bigger group. We were with four people. But I really kind of felt like she was supposed to be there, like from law enforcement. And I don't know. Did you feel that way, Britt?
I did. I said that as well. She knew things and would say things that be like, oh no, that's not what it was. It was this. And she knew way more than even some of the people in the group who were really invested into the case. We were new, but we knew stuff about the case, and she would correct and know she knew things. And she'd be like, oh no, the officers actually think it was this, not this.
Yeah, she did. And remember, she picked up a bone on the trail.
Kind of bone it was, from what animal?
Yeah, she did. And we're like, a bone? She's like, don't worry, it's an animal bone, something, something, something. We're like, okay. But I was never afraid with her. And when we walked all together, all four of us. There's like a
Kiki
like
said there is a bot in the chat.
there's a bot in the chat.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. Is Voiceless still in here? Oh yeah, there is. Let me block them. Got it. Thank you. Okay. Let me go back. Okay. So there's like a crossway. We had to climb this little fence thing to get across, but we did. So we finally get up to the group. And this is the walk that Libby and Abby walked. Now, they got dropped off at 1:30. And I kind of want to go backwards a little bit because this, at the CPS building where they think Bridge Guy parked, he would have walked, there's like a side trail to get up to like that follows the 300, and it follows 300 like through here up until like this drop off thing. He got there at noon. He walks the trail at noon and meets this lady that so here's the bridge. There's a lady.
We are not 100% sure who Bridge Guy is at this time. No.
That's what, and I hope they find it out, but we'll kind of go through that. There's like a lot of theories. So this lady lives in, can you see my mouse?
Yes.
Here is the lady's house that she lived here, and she had walked her dogs and met Bridge Guy around 12:30 that day. And they had a quick conversation. It was nothing long, but that's where they say she's anonymous, but possibly where that first sketch came from, the first sketch that didn't come out till 2019. And they met right here at the edge of the bridge. This is if you look at the private drive, and that's where the police parked, several of them. And when we get to the helicopter footage, I'll show you.
Because that is the wrong house. That is Kay Weber's house.
That's her private drive. It was her. I'm confused. Is that Chris? Hold on. I'll go back to chat. Hold on. That's Kay Weber. Oh, Randy's in here. Randy was on it. He was on it. Randy, what is the right one then? Randy it was his walk that we were at.
It says that it's the left. It's to your left.
Okay, hold on.
It's the dog lady.
Brittany, do you remember Randy?
I do remember Randy.
Randy, do you remember us? Okay.
Probably after my reaction to that bridge.
Yep. Megan, this is a small town, less than 3,000. And Randy Gravitt, that's in chat, he has a channel as well. And he is the Delphi man. He's from Delphi, still lives in Delphi. And he does these memorial walks. So that's who I was in contact with when we were going to Delphi. Mm-hmm. So that's the group of people that we missed. And it was Randy who told us that we had officially met Ron Logan. We thought we'd met Ron Logan. Remember in the video? Yeah. But Randy said, "Oh yeah, that's Ron Logan. He's harmless." But Britton didn't think so at the time. Okay.
Hey, you mean sketchy people. You never know.
You're right. Okay, Randy. Okay, so I'm gonna go up, Randy, and you tell me. So where my that house is, there is another house to the left of that house. I don't see it on my map. That's why I'm confused. Go to my left. So the small town and no one recognized this guy. Isn't that crazy? But if hi Sandra, welcome to chat. Okay. Okay. I don't know where the house is to my left of there. Okay, well, it wasn't this house. Okay, so I apologize. Scratch that part out. Just kidding. Yikes. I don't want to. But the person, there was a woman who, this is the private drive where when the girls go down the first hill, okay? So the first hill, when you hear him say go down the hill, this is the hill right here. But there's a woman that lived back here, and she is anonymous, and she had been walking her dogs, and she met Bridge Guy around 12:30, and then Bridge Guy walked all the way back. There is not an actual indent as this looks. It's actually all straight. It's just the way it looks from Google Maps. Hi, Cinnamon. Okay. Yikes. Now, Randy taught me this. Hold on. It's not going to let me in full screen. Hold on. When the girls get dropped off right here, it's not that far of a walk. Maybe what, Brittany, 100 feet? To where the two, yeah, not that far. I don't have the exact amount. I'm just guesstimating, but it was like 100 feet. Like you can just see from the road to where the two trails come together. Well, there's a bench right there. That's where they think Bridge Guy was sitting. Oh, I knew it was going to do that. Where they think that's where Bridge Guy was sitting when the girls came walking up from where they were dropped off. That is, obviously nobody knows for sure, but that's where they think he originally saw the girls. Now, when we were there, we were still told by law enforcement, because we were there in May, that there was no connection to social media. However, in early December, we have been told that that is probably not the case, that he probably, that is a possibility that that Bridge Guy may have been in contact under that that shot name.
Andy,
Yeah.
I believe.
Let's see. Hey, White Tea. What do you say? What you need? And Megan, they are so tight-lipped about this. We do not know what they are doing. We don't even know, how the girls were killed. So all we have is the picture, the down the hill. Randy's awesome, and he has trivia night. And Randy, I was gonna ask you if you had video from our walk, but I didn't want to bother you, so I just used the pictures that we still had from ours. Let's see, I'm going to go pull up the helicopter footage from that day. 1 second here. It is strange, Megan, and there has to be a reason why. Well, I didn't know if Anthony was even available at this time. I had no way to know where his location was to even Oh, thank you. Yes, YT, if you guys would hit the thumbs up, that would be awesome. I would be so appreciative of that. And if you would subscribe, that would even be awesome too. Let's see. Okay. Let me stop sharing so I can go pull that other footage up.
I'm sorry I'm moving around so much too. I'm in a lot of pain today, so I do apologize for the video moving around so much.
You're fine, Britt. If you need to go off the cam, that's fine too. Okay. Delphi. Where is that footage? There it is. Here's the helicopter footage. The day the girls that were found, and when the divers were looking in Deer Creek for them. Okay. YouTube.
Randy's about ready to do his trivia night.
Tonight?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Share my screen.
He is doing it tonight.
Cool. I'll be there, Randy. And okay. Here is throughout 300. Hold on 1 second. Let me go to, I had marked the actual time.
No, their bodies were not found in the creek. They were found on the edge of that gentleman's property we were talking about earlier.
Ron Logan. I guess I should have shown that I was gonna do that first, but I guess I should show that on the Google Earth. Okay. So I wasn't sure how much everybody knew about the case and who did not. So the girls um, he gets to probably, I think, right past this last platform, and the girls are right about here. Libby's already at the end, and Abby, they says on her phone, because Libby has her cell phone and she has it down low and gets a picture. That's where that picture comes from, and actually got video of him. We don't know how much video, but she got video of him. And the rumor is that Abby said, "Is he still behind me?" And she said, "Mm-hmm." And that's when you hear him say, go down the hill. But they think, rumor has it that there is that split, maybe there was a gun cock in between there. I don't know if that's true, because I don't want to go by speculation, but that's what they speculate. So the girls would have to go down this hill right here. It's not a long hill, but it's very, very, very steep. And they get to this private drive area, and then there's a second hill. Libby's Libby, one of her shoes, her black Nike, is found down in this area the next day. And when that is found, the person that had found that, or I'm not sure if it was that exact moment, but somebody saw 2 deer up in this area. The girls' bodies were found over here on Ron Logan's property, but this wasn't until the next day. So it's kind of like this area here. So when they had come down, they had to cross the creek and were found over here on Ron Logan's property. And we still don't have cause of death. There are leaked out, supposedly, text messages from, I know it's Abby's. I don't know if it was her uncle, who was one of the people that were in that group that had found her. Is Randy still in chat? Randy can clarify if that was Abby's uncle. And and Brittany and I went over here. This is a cemetery. And Randy went with us. We followed them down into this cemetery. And when the murders happen, you can see, and I'll show you the footage where the media, that's kind of where they were. And there's like this steep hill. There's that to go, you go down, and I mean, it seemed like, to me, it looked like a 90-degree drop, but it wasn't that much. But
no autopsy photos.
What was that?
She Think for Yourself was asking if there were autopsy photos.
Nope, they have never released the autopsies at all. That's all
very hush hush.
Very hush hush. And they said the reasoning is they want to. There's stuff that only the killer would know. So it's never been released. And Sandy and Mike Patty, this is the grandparents of.
Randy says the search party was in the cemetery.
But was it Abby's uncle that was one of the people that found her, and that these supposed leaks were from? The leaked text?
And then Think for Yourself wants to know if the phone was found on Libby or near her.
That's never been released either. But it almost makes you think that there was part of the Deer Creek that probably would have hit their waist. So I wonder if it wasn't if the camera or their phone ever even made it through the water. I don't know.
And
It's
if
never
they weren't able to, a lot of times they can still get some footage and different things off of the phones. It's just going to be corrupted.
right. And who knows? I mean, the rumor is they have like 10 minutes of I don't know if it's video, but at least in her pocket.
And he says that yes, and Becky's sister-in-law. And Randy also said it was found on Kay Weber's land of Libby's phone.
Oh. So it was on this side of of Randy, was it on the side of the bridge that her phone was found? I knew Randy would know. He's a local. Think for yourself. It was Abby's uncle and Sandy Patty, Becky Patty, who is Liberty German's grandmother. It was closer to the creek in Libby's one shoe. Okay. Liberty's grandparents. Liberty lived with her grandparents and the father Derek. Derek was to pick the girls up that day, and well, he did went to go pick up the girls that day, and he couldn't get a hold of them. And that's how they even found out the girls were missing. Man, the shoe thing, that's very interesting to me personally. My conspiracy mind is racing. I can imagine.
It's a very crazy case. Yep. And to think that they have not figured out who did this is very surprising.
It's so surprising because what case has a video and audio? And so they had no idea who was going to, they thought that it would be solved fast. But I wanted to share this piece. This part of the entire, this was probably what drew me in. I did not know too much about the murders when they happened, because they called them the Snapchat murders. That's what they were. If you ever hear anybody talk about the Snapchat murders, that's what they were called. And I don't know why that scared me back then. Snapchat, I guess because I didn't want my daughter on Snapchat, and I
was freaked out by Snapchat. I still like 26.
You can't be on Snapchat because of this. He did kill in daylight fast that day. Yes. So Randy had when I was there, they had explained to me how fat that it was from the time he got them and was back at his car. Randy, didn't you say it was like 40 minutes? He had killed both people and back at his car, and it was like 40 minutes, and it was just like, what? It was really fast. Really, really fast. Yep, see? 40 minutes. And that Randy had told me that instead of that he got back on the trail afterwards, most likely. So he killed them, didn't go back up off on the bridge. There's like a and I'll show you on Google Maps. Should just have Randy come up here. Okay. Randy, you want a link? Is he on there still?
I believe so. He was just on a second ago. It's only been 1 minute.
but the fast way is a cemetery, the killer. Yep, but didn't you think that he had gone through that and actually got back on the trail instead of going through the cemetery?
Yeah,
I
it is
know.
very creepy.
It is really creepy that she saw him at 12:30 and the girls get dropped off at right around 1:30, maybe a couple minutes after is when Kelsey dropped them off. Kelsey is Libby's sister. She has been instrumental in getting the word out for this case. She is an advocate. Hold on, oh, I'm sorry. That's okay. You can do your trivia. I didn't know that it was. No, he said no, I said he would go out the cemetery. Then it must have been Anthony that said he thought they went out the other way, that he had gone through around and got back on the trail. Somebody had said that he had got back on through the trail and had passed the man in the rich man, the millionaire with why am I having a mind blank? The one of the landowners hangs shoes from the tree, probably not to do with the case, but surprises folks who go out there. I didn't see that. A shoe tree. I plan on going back out though in March.
We have to go back out there.
I know. Randy, when is your next walk? Oh, never mind. I just got a notification that he's live. Okay. And I'll kind of show you what Randy means by. Let me share my screen. I keep doing that. I keep going straight to Google Earth, but I can't. You can't see what I see until I share my screen. Okay. StreamYard.
I'm going to turn off here for just a second.
You're good. You're good. Okay.
Be back. And there we go.
Okay. Can you all see my screen again? On Google Earth. March 26th. Oh. Okay. Chat, can you see my screen? March 26th at 1 p.m. It's a Saturday. I will be there. Okay. Thanks, Shar. Okay, I'll show you what Randy and I are even talking about. So when the girls were found, you can go straight up through the cemetery and get back on 300 and walk back to the old CPS building where they think he parked that day. However, there was another guy there that's a YouTuber named Anthony, and Anthony, he must have been the one that had said that he thought that instead of going up to the cemetery, because it is a very steep hill, that he went through this area, got back on the trail, and went out this way. So got on the trail, and he had met the millionaire in the plaid shirt. So I don't know, there's all kinds of theories. Which one is right? Who knows what he did? Nobody knows what he did. If we knew what he did, we probably could figure out who he was, but nobody knows for sure. The Derek, the dad, had where he had picked them up when I think he got there around 3 that day, 3:30, something like that, to pick up the girls. When he couldn't get a hold of them, he had met the guy in the plaid shirt and said, "Have you seen 2 girls?" And he said, "No, I only saw a couple down by the bridge." So because he said the girls weren't down there, he took down and went down the 505. So if that's the case, and Bridge Guy actually came back up the trail, he missed Derek. He could have passed Derek if Derek would have been on there, if that is the case. But what Randy was saying, he thought he came up through the cemetery and back down 300. But nobody knows what he did. And as far as we know, there was no sexual crime. This was just I don't know if it was random or if he just can't, or if this was part of the Snapchat or social media that he had met them online, because this shots guy, I don't, if you guys know about it, that came out in December, that law enforcement came out and said that this shots guy's profile, which could be several different people, he may have been talking to them, or talking to one of them at least, and he knew that they were going to be there that day. So it may have not been random. They may have been catfished, but we don't know for sure. And I want to show y'all. This is probably when I started getting into the case. I find this fascinating. I don't know why. It's probably, hey, Woofy. Yay! The one, I'll show you this first. This is when the helicopters were coming, the day they were talking about the crime scene. So here's Deer Creek. Let me go to, I think it was right about 5. There's the cemetery, and you will see that there's 300. There's the cemetery. The girls are back over here. And here's the bridge. You can see the bridge. And then the old CPS building's over here, back here. If to the right and the bottom, they're close to the crime scene, which is going to be over here. Yep. And you can see there are the guys in the water in a minute. There they are, that are looking for evidence.
Oh my goodness. This is just a terrible case.
I know.
I feel like I knew these girls. I feel like I had a really good close friend growing up, and they just remind me so much of her. And it's really hard to think about. I feel like I've known her my whole life.
I know, honey. I know this has been hard on you. I mean, as far as like emotionally, that this was a rough one. So here they are looking for evidence, and the crime scene's like right over back here. And I wanted to go to the 2000. So here is that private drive. Crime scene's right about here. That's that private drive. That's where the officers, a lot of them parked on that private drive. Okay. And I wanted to find the presser. This was Doug Carter's presser of 2019. And this is probably when I got really into the case. This presser, kind of, I don't know what it is about Doug Carter. I like Doug Carter. I love Doug Carter. I think that he is he is really into he's very close with the family, and he and Kelsey, who is Libby's sister, have become like friends and have stayed in good communication. And this presser is probably the one that is the one where everything kind of changed the course, and where they went back to where we get the new release of the sketch. Can you let me know for sure, Britt, if you can hear this?
Yes. Turn it up a little bit. Yeah, you're going to have to turn up a little.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to make it louder on this thing. Oh, hold on. Let's see.
You inspire people that you don't even understand, and you don't even understand why. Information is being released today is the result of literally thousands and thousands of hours of extraordinary investigative efforts by Delphi, Carroll County, the FBI, the Indiana State Police, and countless other agencies. This community surrounded us some 26 months ago, and you did everything you could to support us, but most importantly, you surrounded the family of these two little girls. Gosh, I'll never forget it. After you hear what we're going to release today, I'm going to ask for your continued support, your continued understanding, your empathy and compassion as we move forward.
You can just like feel his energy that he really cares about this case. That is the Doug Carter, the guy speaking, is the superintendent of the Indiana State Police. The guy next to him is the sheriff, Lesenby. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
To find out who did this, and we will. We're seeking the public's help to identify the driver of a vehicle that was parked at the old CPS DCS welfare building in the city of Delphi that was abandoned on the east side of County Road 300 North, next to...
I guess I should have said this is 2 years after the murders. So now, 2 years later, they're asking people to remember a car that was parked at DCF or CPS, what we call it in Ohio, their old building. So in that building at this point, I believe is tore down. It was by the time we got there, but I think in 2019 it had already been torn down. So it's kind of hard to, I'm sure, for people to remember that day, that specific information. But somehow they came into it, and I'm assuming probably from Google Maps. They probably got them from that, or Google Earth. Some kind of satellite.
To the Hoosier Heartland Highway between the hours of noon to 5 on February 14th, 2017. If you were parked there or know who was parked there, please contact the officers at the command post at the Delphi City building. We are releasing additional portions of the audio recording from that day. Please keep in mind, the person talking is one person and is the person on the bridge with the girls. This is not two different people speaking. Please listen to it very, very carefully. We're also releasing video recovered from Libby's phone. This video has never before been previously released. The video shows a suspect walking on the bridge. When you see the video, watch the person's mannerisms as they walk. Watch the mannerisms as he walks. Do you recognize the mannerisms as being someone that you might know? Remember, he is walking on the former railroad bridge. Because of the deteriorated condition of the bridge, the suspect is not walking naturally due to the spacing between the ties. During the course of this investigation, we have concluded the first sketch released will become secondary as of today. The result of the new information and intelligence over time leads us to believe the sketch, which you will see shortly, is the person responsible for the murders of these two little girls. We also believe this person is from Delphi, currently or has previously lived here, visits Delphi on a regular basis, or works here. We believe this person is currently between the age range of 18 and 40, but might appear younger than his true age. Directly to the killer, who may be in this room. We believe you are hiding in plain sight. For more than 2 years, you never thought we would shift gears to a different investigative strategy, but we have. We likely have interviewed you or someone close to you. We know that this is about power to you. And you want to know what we know. And one day, you will. The question to you: what will those closest to you think of when they find out that you brutally murdered two little girls? 2 children. Only a coward would do such a thing.
God, I love him.
Oh,
I want to get this sketch. I just think that he is like, okay. Where is that? There it is.
I just unveiled the person that we believe responsible for the murder of these 2 little girls. So I invite media to take a look at that now. It's not up. Kim. We're also going to show you a video not previously released that the superintendent spoke to, and also the audio that's additional to what's been previously released. It's only a slight change in it. So give Sergeant Riley just a second as he gets that up and ready. Stand by for the video, please. There is no sound of the video. As Superintendent Carter mentioned, he is on the railway bridge. You have to take different steps to get to it. This information later this afternoon will be on the State Police website. For the community that's here, we have 100 copies of the news release. If you put in that URL, you'll be able to get to that site to play it. And we also have that same release for you in the media. And the rest of the state will get that release in about 15 minutes. So we appreciate those of you that came here. This concludes our announcement. Thank you for your time, patience, and courtesy.
Okay. No worries, Alex. No worries. Thanks, Shar. Thank you. Okay, so what do y'all think about Doug Carter? You think they're on it or not on it? I mean, I know it's not him to decide, but I think I like Doug Carter. I think he's doing a good job. I mean, but it has been 5 years, and you wonder, like, if is it time to like release some more information? Um, because how long do you go without not releasing more information? You know what I mean? Like, I know you're holding on to it, and they have a reason why they want to hold on to it, I'm sure. But I don't know.
Be some information that can help rejog somebody's memory.
Agree. Or something. I mean, I don't know. Just saying. Okay. So the bridge. So they talk about, do you recognize his walk? So we get to the bridge, and when we were there, that bridge
is terrifying.
Yeah, it is terrifying, and people don't realize there's like 2 to 3. Let me stop sharing for just 1 second and see if I can find the picture of the photos.
If you can find that picture, I have a view on the bridge.
No, I don't want anybody to see that. Let's see. I really can't tell. Let me go to places. Hold on 1 second, honey. Nope, that's not it. Let me go. I'm not sharing my screen, right?
No.
Okay. I have a picture that it's hot. Okay, so yeah, so the actual bridge itself is 70 feet up. Yeah, I did 7. Hey, Laura, thank you so much for coming. Okay, so it's 70 feet up. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try to do it, right? Oh hell no! So I get up there, and Brittany Yardies was like, no, she's not doing it. She's not. She's not gonna do it. And I saw it. I had no idea. There, some of those places there are 2 to 3 feet in between the rotting area, each like wooden piece. That's why I was trying to show you one of those photos. So I'm go pull Indiana. There we go. Indiana. And show y'all. This doesn't do it justice.
Alex.
Okay, so here's the brick. I'm going to show you like what it looks like when you get actually to the bridge, what it looked like that day. Now it's a little different than it was the day that Abby and Libby were there, because remember, there's the actual here we go. There was greenery. When we went there, so we get there, and of course Randy and that whole group was there. Add to stream. So that's what we saw, right? Like far going down. So it doesn't really do it justice, those pictures.
No, it really doesn't. It's sketchy.
So hold on. Why aren't those pictures coming up? I don't know if one of your pictures shows like the actual in between the the 2 to 3 feet where I was like, holy shit, what do we get? I can't do this. And I can't find the video, the thing of it now. I don't know why. Okay, go back.
There it is. No, my pictures don't have where you can really see it.
Yeah, I can't. It doesn't pull up. Let's see if I can get the bridge up here this way. Monon Bridge. All right, all right. It's giving me every picture but one that shows straight down. Okay, this one kind of does, but doesn't do it. This one that I'm going to show y'all is just an example of one of the regular, the way the ties should be on the bridge. So this would be a regular tie. Now, add to the string. This is what the ties are like in between, like maybe I don't know. Imagine from here, like 4 of these missing. So you kind of have to leap over. And I was like, no way am I leaping over, and it's a 70-foot drop down there. And that's what it is. It's 70-foot drop. I was like, no way. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And here is Abby. Libby was taking pictures of took a picture of Abby and put it on Snapchat. That's how it became the Snapchat Murders, because it was her first time. She took a picture, and I was really surprised that she was able to load to Snapchat, because I could not get a signal once I got to like the bridge area. I couldn't go live. I couldn't do anything. So I was really surprised that she was able to get that picture, but she did, which is amazing that she was able to get so much, and we still can't figure out who this guy is. To me, it's crazy, but here we are. Okay. Now, the bridge itself is... There we go. That bridge is 853 feet long, and it was built in 1891. So, it has not been used since 1920. So that's how old how it's falling apart. So I made it like 7 footsteps, and someone was holding my hand, and the ties are just like, they're rotting and they're missing. So sometimes you kind of have to like do a leap, like I was saying. So I was like, no. We did this test where from one side of the bridge to the other, like we couldn't see across because it's so big. It's so long. So one person on one side of the bridge, and those that crossed, they yelled back and forth, and you couldn't hear each other. Again, we were there in May, so that like the trees had bloomed, but when Abby and Libby were there, it was February, so the trees had not bloomed. But if we couldn't hear each other from one side to the other, it almost makes me think if Abby and Libby did scream, I don't know if anybody would have heard them. And then when Doug Carter talks about the bridge guy having that funny walk. Of course, I think anybody would have a funny walk because you have to like balance yourself. How he had his hands in his pockets, I don't know. So he had to have been familiar with the bridge, but I wouldn't put any major thought into like he had a knee replacement or hip replacement or anything like that. I think that a lot of that could just be from trying to keep your balance because of
The
those.
awkwardness of the bridge and the pieces that you're having to walk across, it's very awkward.
It is. It was really
Even my mom looked like she had a little bit of a limp.
But after you get to the bridge, you have to come back. I mean, there's no way. I mean, otherwise you go down the hill and you're in the water. So you have to end up. You have to come back. So once you go across the bridge, then you have to come back. People that were really, really fast could make it across like in 5 minutes. That was like Anthony because he did it. Like he's done it so many times for his YouTube channel. But like people like me would have taken probably 15 minutes if I would have been, if I would have done it. So yeah, it was crazy, just crazy. So let's see. Another thing that was really interesting to me is that Libby and Abby both have dates of death that are different. I'll tell you why. I wanted to get which was which one. Give me 1 second. Okay, Abby's date of death is February 13th, and Liberty's, no, they have them both the same. That's not right. Okay. There we go. Abby's was February 14th and Libby's is February 13th. So you can, if you can pick the date of death because the parents can pick, what date of death they chose because they went missing on the 13th and found on the 14th. So one of the parents chose the 13th and one of them chose the 14th. It does not mean that one died on one day and one died on the other. They both died on the 13th, but the other one chose for the date of that they were found. So that is how that was interesting to me that I didn't know that you could do that. So that was kind of, at first people on Reddit were like, oh my gosh, what happened? Is there more that we don't know? And in the leaked text messages, they had that supposedly, again, which were Abby's uncle, talking to somebody, it had said that Liberty's had been cut. I know most of you know had been cut. And that her, how did they put it, that Abby had, it looked that she had been like on her back like a doll. But then in another part of the text messages, it said that Abby had tried to crawl away. Like she had made it longer and had tried to crawl away. So it didn't make any sense. They were, the text message, supposed text message, contradicted it itself because how could you tell she was crawling away? She would be on her stomach if that was the case. So if she was posed, like they said, like a doll on her back, how would you know that she tried to crawl away? That didn't make sense to me. So if anybody has any ideas about that, yeah, I was intrigued by that. Yeah. Thanks, Alex. Yeah, smash the like button. That would be awesome. So I found that all very interesting. I hope that maybe Mark's on her knees. I don't know, Bishar, because I mean that's possible. Um, it just to me is so interesting that how do they know that she lived to try to crawl away? I don't know. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Marks on the ground, that could be too. I don't know. That's what, but it also makes me wonder if they are real. You know what I mean? Like, did were there really text messages? I don't know. I don't know if there were really text messages. Um, is anybody in chat that's seen the text messages? You want me to pull up the text messages? Wow, he's speaking with so much disgust in his voice. This really hits. Huh? What, Lynn? Allie, when you said yes, did you want me to pull up the text messages? Is that what you were talking about? Or are you talking about something different? Okay, I'll pull up the text messages. Brittany, have you seen these?
I have not.
Trigger warning. Okay. Okay. Are you okay, honey?
Yeah.
Okay. I know
I'm
you don't.
not feeling good today.
I know you don't feel good. Okay. Trying to find them. Well, they come up, but it keeps wanting to take me to YouTube, and I don't want to bring up somebody else's YouTube.
Hello, my friends. I
Whoops.
want to talk to you tonight about the alleged
Hold on.
leaked text in the Delphi double homicides in the murders of Abby.
That is not what
There's
I wanted.
a better way.
I didn't want to bring up actual somebody's YouTube channel. I wanted to pull up the text themselves because I don't think that it would be good. I want to watch. Okay.
Alex wants to know if you want her to send them.
Yeah, Alex, that'd be awesome because it's wanting me to go on all these YouTube channels and I'm trying to find them. Like I can see them, but if I click on them, it takes me to YouTube. And I don't want to go on somebody's YouTube channel and get striked if I guess. Can I get striked if I'm not monetized? I guess I probably can. Yep, that takes me to YouTube. All right, let me pull those up here. Oh, can I read it? I have to wear glasses now when I read since like May. I can't see anything. Okay. This is, I have them up here. Thank you, Alex. And I will share my screen as well. For users that don't know, the text messages are from Libby's. Oh, let me get this guy out of here. Yes, this is a trigger warning from Abby's uncle. This is somebody speaking to Abby's uncle that found the bodies. Not just him, but like Becky Patty's sister was in that group. There were like groups of people that, hi, Lindsay. There were people in that group that found Libby and Abby's body. They are definitely, they're not suspects or anything like that. But I'm going to pull up the messages that came up. So it's the uncle that helped find them speaking, somebody sending the messages back and forth. So it's kind of starting in the middle of it. So this is the uncle speaking to the other guy. He says, Libby was nude. Libby's top half was covered with leaves and sticks, almost like they were trying to cover her. And the other guy said, but you said it was no rape. If there was no rape, there is no DNA. Now, everybody in this chat knows that is not true. I had another word, but that's not what I won't say. That is not true. The other guy, or at Libby's uncle said, correct. I don't know why she was nude, but I read the coroner's report. The only DNA would be from Libby's fingernails. She fought like hell. And he said, yes, maybe the DNA, that's the DNA they're referring to. Please let me know if there's anything else. And, oh, I forgot the beginning. This is a sick rumor, and I'm sorry I have to show you this. Thanks for letting me know. This was the beginning. And he goes, no, that's not her. That's nor Libby or Abby. Abby was placed there on the ground like a doll, hood up, hands folded, wearing the same clothes as the pic on the bridge. Okay, that was the first thing that was said. And then he says, Libby was nude. Libby top half was covered with leaves and sticks, almost like they were trying to cover her. And that's when he said, but you said there was no rape. If there's no rape, there's no DNA. And he said, correct. I don't know why she was nude, but I read the coroner's report. The only DNA would be from Libby's fingernails. She fought like hell. Five. It was personal with Libby. And the guy said, yes, I heard Libby had most of the injuries, but it could be that she was trying to defend Abby. She was bigger. Now, this trigger warning, Libby's head was an inch away from being completely off. Abby was stabbed in the heart and artery in the neck. Coroner's report stated everything was over by 3:30. No rape. But I was told the report was not released. Becky Patty told me the families have not been told whether they were raped or not. David, you told me you found the girls. I want to confirm the second person with you was Ivan and the third person was a lady. No, my sister's husband, and then we called 2 county deputies, Drew Yoder and Darren Genicola. So those are the leaked text if they are for real. Yep. YT, isn't that on my banner at the bottom with the the phone number? I put a banner up with that information. Voices, you heard that the text messages are false information? There it is. I thought this has been going the whole time. I apologize. Thanks, Alex. Alex, you showed me how to do it. I guess I didn't hit the button. Thank you. If you didn't have put that in there, YT, I would have never even known I didn't hit the button. So this whole time I thought the trigger warning was on there. So I'm glad you put that. Okay. Voices. Well, some of it was not accurate, and that no DNA does not. Oh, I know. Voices, you're right. That's what I was saying. Like, first of all, we don't even know if the leaked texts are real. That's what I was saying. If it's even real. And then I was making that comment that was, I wanted to say ignorant, but I didn't say ignorant, but that's what I was thinking. Like, just because somebody's not raped doesn't mean there's DNA. Everybody in here is a true crime person, and we all know that there's touch DNA. There's, I almost wonder if there's DNA from the guy, the guy they arrested with that profile. If he was, did I stop sharing? No, I did. What is Andrew? Hold on. They could have been SA and no DNA left. Yep. But how would they, 30 minutes to do all that? That's really fast. He was back in, no, YT, I'm glad you said that, because I set up the banner before the live, and this whole time I thought, I already had it going. This whole time I didn't have it going. I'm new. But this new guy, or this shots guy, they took his dog. And it makes me wonder if, I don't know if there was stuff going on with his dog, or if they had dog hair left at the scene maybe, and they were testing the dog. I don't know if, it's just interesting that maybe I don't know. It's weird that they took that dog away from the house that shots guy lived at, that was using the shots profile. Oh, thank you, Alex. Last night we had a good hour or more practice on stream. Yes. If Alex hadn't shown me, I wouldn't even know how to use the banner. I couldn't get the share screen thing figured out. But I really do appreciate all you guys. That's awesome. So I really do want to go over like the bridge stuff next time. Because today was just kind of like an overview of what the crime, like how it all works. Plus there has to be SA for there to be a sexual motive. It usually goes with a knife attack. See, I think that maybe they were, because of if the texts are real, then, they used a knife, but I don't think he used a knife to get control of them both. I think he would have had to have like a gun I don't know. I'm not, I don't have any proof, but I would think that they would need a gun to take control of them going down the hill originally.
It is possible he brought more than one weapon.
Yeah, but if you have two girls, I would think you'd have to have like a gun to take control of both of them.
Well, he could have in the beginning, he could have loosely tied them up. He could have even so far as to held one down and got control of the other one while he was holding the other one down. He could have, if he was big enough, he could have sat on them. He could have stepped on one of them and got control. I mean, there's a lot of things he could have done. We don't know how big this guy is. We don't know how strong this guy is. He could be really strong.
We know what he looks like, but
Yeah,
nobody knows who he is. I'm just kidding.
I
That
mean,
was a joke.
there's so many possibilities that he could have been. Like I said, he could have had more than one weapon. He could have had 2 guns and 2 knives. You'd never know.
Yep.
It's easy to carry that stuff. It is very easy.
You're right. You're right. I
Feel that stuff too. I mean,
if you look. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, sweetheart.
oh, I'm done.
I'm so bad about the cutting in and out that I start talking before. But if you look at the picture, I wish I could get the clear picture. You can see what looks like the outline of a gun.
Yeah, he probably did have a gun. I mean, to get both kids to scare them enough to not just run and hope for the best. I mean, a gun would probably be most likely, but it is very possible he could have more than one weapon. You know, he could have held the gun down while he was killing someone else, one of the other ones with a knife. You just never know, and wounded one of them before he got, once you get one down, it's very easy to get the other.
Well, and they were best friends. I don't think they would have left each other. I wouldn't leave my best friend.
I would never. I don't even think I could leave a stranger, let alone my best friend.
Right. I don't know. There's this new guy, Julian. Hold on, let me pull him up here. Julian Powell, is that his name? So there's this new guy that has been talking about.
Is this the guy you told me about the other day?
Yes, I didn't mean to say his name, so nobody listened to that, okay? But I don't know if this guy is for real, but he's been saying that he's not Bridge Guy, but he was there that day. I'll use his initials, JP. And I saw him on Hi Kiki's back, and I wanted to say hi to White Lotus and Winter Moonray and Joe. Did I miss anybody else? Okay. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. I really, really, really appreciate it. Okay, so there's this new guy, yeah. And he has been going on is it Sleuth Intuition? Is Woofy in here? Alex, is that guy is the creator that he's been going on there and telling all this stuff to? Hi, Heather. I didn't recognize you by your other name. So he's been going in and I think it's Intuition Sleuth. Let me look if it tells me. Intuition Sleuth. Is that his name? I know how to spell sleuth right, because obviously I don't. Can't type. Okay. Intuition Sleuth. Let me go here. Oh, shoot. I want to find this. Julian Powell. Oh, I said his name again. Well, I guess he gave his own name out, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay. Yeah, this is him. So he has I don't know this creator very well, but I'll at least put this link in here if y'all want to watch it. He has a question and answer. Alex or somebody in here that has more experience than me, if it's not okay to do that with other channels, tell me now before I put this in the chat. because I'm learning. I don't know what's appropriate and not. Voices, somebody. Laura, is it okay for me to put somebody that I don't really knows? Let me get this person out of here. To go ahead and put their link in. The reason I say that is because this is this guy named Julian Powell. So Julian Powell goes on this channel and says that he was there that day. Now, this is only like 2 weeks ago, I believe. No, it's okay. Okay, so I'm going to send you this link. Now, wait till my live's over before you go there. Okay. I'm going to give him credit because I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to give this guy credit. So he goes on this channel and tells them that he was questioned by police. And this was like 10 days, something like 2 weeks ago, something like that. I just watched it last week. And he says he was there that day, that he called in sick. His kids were sick. He drives on 300, which I showed you guys 300, that road, every day on his way to work. He has a blue coat that he wears to work, the same blue coat like Bridge Guy. And that he went there that day to take pictures because he called into work and he wanted to get out of the house. So he went ahead and went to the Monon High Bridge Trail to take pictures that day. But when he got there, he saw the girls, and the girls, he didn't want to scare them and think he's a creepy guy. So he left. What? Like, why are we're finding this out now, like 5 years later, like, and he's going on this, the interview is on the link I just put in chat. So I found that like fascinating. I'm going, and this guy is saying it. Now he could be a guy that just wants attention. I don't know, but the whole thing to me is really, really interesting. So I thought I would share that with y'all. If you guys want to go look at that interview, this is a whole new person coming out. We'll see. I mean, I would say that, the police would have to have, I don't know. It's interesting whether it's just another rabbit hole, I guess, if it's not true. But why would you make that up? I don't know. But people are crazy, so I don't know.
Do this in a lot of cases, try to put themselves in there just because they're creeps already. So don't believe everything you hear.
I don't believe everything. I'm just saying that I thought
it's fishy.
It was like, what? It's not, and he is, I think he was in law enforcement when he was in the military. It was just interesting. Very interesting because he called into work that day, all that stuff. I found what everybody that just came to chat, this is my beautiful daughter Brittany.
Hi.
Exactly, Laura. Why would he say this all these years later? Or is he just telling the public now? I don't know. But the interview was very interesting. And then he gets a knock at the door during the interview and he has to go. He's like, I gotta go. So I don't know. I am vulnerable. I can't help it. But that's my baby. And by the way, I know that I have some new people in here and I was kind of telling what my channel was originally for. So since you guys are in here, I think I'll tell again. So it's all about Brittany now. My channel was originally started because my daughter, Brittany, she grew up with mental illness and was diagnosed at a younger age. Of course, we didn't know what it was at the time. So it was under depression. And we started the channel to help other families that go through that with their children and promote getting help at a young age so it doesn't it doesn't get to a bad point, because we were blessed to get help at a younger age so that Brittany can live a good life. So the channel was made originally to come from a parental point of view and from the child's point of view. Brittany looks young, but now she is 26.
I didn't
and-
have makeup, you'd think I'm like 14.
and she's living her best life. And so that's why the channel was originally started. And we were, every week when we started, we did a missing child. But we both love true crime. So we still want to keep the educational piece, but we also want to do the true crime piece as well. This is our story. So we're just sharing our story. No drama, just
No drama.
this is us. This is who we are. And we hope to help other people come out, not to be embarrassed of mental illness. It's treatable. It's okay. And we live a good life, you
Yes.
know, we're blessed. And that because we had it young, Brittany had it young. She was able to live a good life as an adult because we addressed the issue at a young age. Young age, I mean 8. That's when it started coming out. So that's why the channel was started. And then now we're morphing into whatever we morph into. But we're like so grateful that you guys came here and came to our channel and listened to our Delphi story. And we have other stories. Oh, I love the hearts. Thank you. But so that's kind of how this all even came about. But Brittany's amazing. She's a true superstar. She has been through hell and has come out amazing. I mean, she really has. She has no idea how proud I am of her. Because she really is. So I will, Laura. I sure will. And I'll come back to Delphi because we just touched the surface of our trip and about the case. And maybe we'll have Randy on here because he lives in Delphi. He knows this case inside and out from day one. So yeah. So anyway, do you guys have any questions or have anything you want us to discuss with Delphi? Anything? Anyone? That's our story. It is, Laura, it is, Delphi is very, the only word that comes to my mouth is interesting. I learned a little bit about it before, we were into Chris Watts. That's how we were in the Chris Watts rabbit hole when we went there. And then on the way home, do you remember on the way home, there's a guy, I thought he would come to chat because he came to Allie's chat. But he says his dad is the Delphi killer. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
And we were listening to him
all the way home.
We listened to him all the way home, and cause he has his own channel. And so we're like, this guy, like he really believes this is his father. And some people in here probably know exactly who I'm talking about. Because he comes into usually all the Delphi chats. In fact, he might be listening right now. I don't know. But so we drove home 4.5 hours thinking of everybody we thought it could be. And remember when we were we're like, Barry Morphew lived. And
we had a whole thing. Then when we were on the way back, we stopped at like this little rest stop real quick, to fix the window again. And there was some weird guy on a motorcycle who wouldn't stop staring at us and like pulled in behind us. And I was like, we better be careful. It could be him. I was like, let me get my knife out while we're putting up the windows so I can make sure.
Oh yeah, those of you that came in late, you didn't hear the story of on our way there. So on our way there, my window in my SUV goes down and it won't go up, and it's electric. And so I'm like, Brittany, what am I going to do? So I was picking her up because she lived with her boyfriend at the time. And I was like, we need some duct tape or something. So here we are looking all getified with duct tape. We duct taped the the door or the window. So there's like duct tape all over the, to hold the window up. And then Brittany brings knives because she's like,
We
just
gotta
in
be
case
safe.
nobody hurts us because we don't have guns. So she's here we are driving on the highway with a knife and duct tape. And so, oh yeah, it was crazy. But
We'll have to go into more detail about our trip because it also ties back into our original point of this case, which I think is important we talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Because it's important that we make sure that we don't get too far into these cases and it ends up putting damages on to our health and our mental health.
Yes.
Because I let that happen and I went too far.
Well, you had a hard time, like you're like had nightmares for Bridge Guy.
I still cannot. It's dark outside right now, so I'm having a hard time talking about this right now. Bridge Guy haunts my dreams. He is like the monsters under my bed for me, and I'm 26 years old. He absolutely terrifies me to death. I don't know what it is, but when I first heard his Down the Hill video, I had chills. I was crying. I was freaked out. I had to wake my boyfriend up. I was terrified. It was awful. I was watching a Kendall Ray video. Shout out to her. I love her. But he scares me.
Yeah. It's scary because we have a picture of him and we have a video. We have the video and voice, and nobody knows who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think he's done this before. I think because of how quickly he got in, he got out, and he did his thing. I think he's done it before. I do. I really, really do.
I don't know, but I just pray for the families, that I know they'll never have closure, but I hope that they have answers one day. That's all I pray for, answers and peace and love. Mm-hmm. And I wish you all peace, love, and positive energy and prayers that for all of you that are here and for your families. I do nothing to be ashamed about, Brittany. You have support here. Yeah, Brittany's awesome. That's my girl. I couldn't be more proud to be her mama than anything. Just thinks 10 years ago, we were arguing all the time when you were 16. Remember, you're a teenager. Oh. She didn't like me when she was a teenager. Now she thinks I'm amazing. I'm just kidding.
I'm pretty great now.
You are great. Well, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. And you all have a very blessed night. And if you have any questions or anything you want to discuss, just on my community page is my email. And I would love, love, love to hear from all of you. And if you don't mind liking and subscribing, I would be so, so appreciative. You guys are awesome. Have a blessed night and go in love and peace.